Hi, Ben Rosillo here with Factura.ai. I'm the Director of Business Solutions. I'm also a former solutions consultant at Oracle NetSuite. That's how I found Factura.ai. I got so excited about the product, I decided to join the company. Factura.ai is an AP solution specifically designed for multi-sub and multi-location businesses, or quite frankly, businesses with any level of complexity that other AP tools in the market can't handle. Let's talk more about that. What makes Factora.ai such a great solution for multi-sub and multi-location businesses? Well, we're the only system that we know of that was designed specifically to only require one email. No matter how many subs and locations you have within your portfolio, all the vendors can send bills to this one email, and Factora can auto-detect and select the correct company and location from the dropdown. The other thing that we can do is effectively automate the splits of multi-sub bills to automate intercompany in NetSuite. And the other thing that we really do is just help our customers with their unique challenges by, first and foremost, designing our forms depending on how your NetSuite setup is taking place. So as you can see with my solution, I have it hooked up to my NetSuite account, and I'm able to pull in my list of class, my list of departments. We just brought in an amortization schedule that I can select from as well, a custom posting date. Maybe you want department in the line items, et cetera. Maybe you want a checkbox that marks this as billable, so you can also select a customer and pass through AP on the AR side down the road. Maybe you want a project selection if you're running construction. However your NetSuite setup is Factora basically mirrors that to really meet our customers where they are and not have this be such a square peg in a circle. Now let's talk about the speed of the coding, and we'll show you Factora in action here. So I'm going to upload some invoices. We'll upload one invoice coded to one GL. I'm going to upload some food line item invoices as well, because this has many line items mapped to different GL codes as well. So we'll go ahead and give the system a couple seconds to be able to code those. So this system isn't exactly your grandma's OCR, I'll put it that way, where you have to train the system over and over again until it finally understands how to code your invoice. While Factura does that in the beginning, once you tell it how to read an invoice the first time, it sticks. Not only does it stick, but when you train one bill for one sub or location, it applies to the entire company and all the locations and subs in your portfolio. The other thing is that this isn't a document queue where the invoice is being uploaded and then having this 24 to 72 hour delay because there's actually just other people coding the invoice for you. So as you can see, these invoices are already starting to code. Again, it's just a few seconds. This invoice is fully coded with all the GLs that I've applied to these line items in the past. It's reading the location address here, for example, and using multiple criteria to auto detect and select that company and location from the dropdown out of all the companies and locations I have pulling from my NetSuite instance. It's got the invoice number, the date. Again, I could select a class or department here, but if a class or department was listed on the bill, I could automate that to auto-populate these fields as well. So that's one example. Another one that I've uploaded here for you as well is just an invoice with a single GL. Again, the GLs, the vendors, we're pulling these lists from the NetSuite instance. NetSuite is the source of truth for all of these records. Again, it's got the whole bill coded, but maybe I want to templatize this and be able to code this to multiple locations or even companies in the line items. So I'll go ahead and parse this to create a multi sub bill, which I will also use to automate the advanced intercompany journal entries inside of NetSuite. So I'll go ahead and move this along. What you're seeing here is when these invoices come in via email or they're uploaded, they're falling into this queue called pending review. And this is where I'm basically taking that first look at these invoices and being able to review them for export. Here's another one as well. In this case, this invoice is coded, but I'm going to apply an amortization schedule to this as well, and I'm going to send this along. So these are all coming into the pending review queue. I'm sending them out for a workflow. You can take advantage of our workflows, which are very complex and dynamic. If you want to, we can save that conversation for another time, or you can just automatically send these bills into the ready for export queue here. So we can just upload them into NetSuite and then let the workflow process take place from there. So it's just a matter of whether you want to use Factura's workflows or upload them and take advantage of the workflows that you already have set up on the NetSuite side. So just for the demo's sake here, I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to quickly approve these invoices so I can have them in the queue to be ready for my NetSuite export here. And so those are done. So those are all now sitting in ready for export. So they go into pending review. If they go into a workflow, they get approved. If not, they go into ready for export. And this is where we can have the system either automatically sweep these into NetSuite every 15 minutes, half hour, or once a day, or you can always, as a one-off, select the invoices that I uploaded and coded here, and I'll just go ahead and sweep these into NetSuite. Over on the NetSuite side, you can see for this vendor, Papa John's, I don't have that $1,003 invoice here, which I'm going to be sending in. I don't have for my EcoBoard vendor these $84 and change something invoices in yet. So we're sending those over, and we'll be able to refresh and take a look at them. So we'll give those another couple of seconds to be able to send over onto the NetSuite side. And when they get into the NetSuite side, we'll show you what they look like there, some of the intercompany that we're automating, the amortization schedules that we're triggering, as well as showing you the image attached to the transaction as well. All right, so these are just about uploaded. Okay, great. So overall, you can see that we can code pretty complex bills, quickly approve them, and export them into NetSuite within just a few seconds or a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh this vendor record here where those two transactions live now. Let me move myself out of the way. And so here's the one with the amortization schedule. As you can see, because I selected it on the Factura side, I'm now able to trigger that amortization schedule on the NetSuite side. We actually just had a customer request this from us on Friday, and we had it done by Monday morning. No one's ever asked us for this before, but again, it's just the way that our dev and support team roll with the punches to take care of our customers. You can also see that we can attach a copy of the actual bill inside of NetSuite as well. So it's not a link back to Factura; it's the actual bill that we're sending over. We can even include a PDF copy of the audit trail as well. So you don't have to go into Factura to look at the story of that invoice. You can see how it was uploaded, who uploaded it, if it came in from email, what email, who approved it along the way, what changes were made, etc. You have access to all that information on the NetSuite side if you need it. If you take a look at the other sample that I uploaded for intercompany transactions, you're going to be able to see that, of course, the bill comes over as is and owned by that LLC1, the subsidiary that lived in the header, right? You got the expenses, the amount. Again, you'll have a copy of the bill and everything. But if you look at the advanced intercompany journal entries, it's also creating that intercompany JE inside of NetSuite as well, where you can see that $84.75 is being backed out of that header location and company, and then moved into LLC 3 and LLC 4, for example, to post those expenses, debit those, and then trigger all the intercompany receivables payables. We all know how that works, but just showing you the automation there. So this is one way we handle intercompany. For another NetSuite customer of ours, they had the transaction line distribution app installed, and we were able to build to that as well. So there's different ways we've worked with intercompany transactions for our NetSuite customers. And then lastly, just wanted to show you that line item invoice that I coded as well. So with line items, we can actually handle actual purchase items, or if you just have items that are just being mapped for GL purpose, we can handle either scenario. But here's that bill here, where you can see all those line items that were mapped to their corresponding GL accounts are all populated here in the system. And again, we're able to send that bill over or a PDF of that audit trail as well. Again, if we had any other types of custom fields or segments that needed to be coded accordingly, we would be able to handle that as well. All right, so that is the rundown on Factura.ai as the solution for any multi-sub or multi-location business. If you or any of your clients feel like you might have a possible need for this, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Hit us up. We'd be happy to give you a demo and show you more about what we do and answer any questions you have and see if we can solve your specific challenges too. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll catch you next time.